Leo hii tumekusanyika hapa katika hafla ya utiaji saini wa mkataba ujenzi wa reli ya SGR kipande cha Uvinza Msongati kati ya serikali ya Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania na serikali ya Jamhuri ya Burundi kupitia shirika la reli Tanzania na kampuni za ubia wa China Railway Engineering Group Company Limited na China Railway Engineering Design and Consultant Group, zote za kutoka China. Mkataba huu una thamani ya shilingi au dola za Kimarekani bilioni 2.154 sawa na shilingi za Kitanzania trilioni 5.6. Hongereni sana TRC. Pia tupongeze sana Mheshimiwa Rais kwa kufanya mradi huu wa kihistoria.
This thing came across my feed, so I just wanted to do a quick video. I tell you guys, I research, I read stuff, and I look at what's happening, yeah? So this came across my feed, and I wanted to do a quick video on this, right? Listen to this, right? From like Reuters. Tanzania and Burundi signed deal with China to build nickel carrying railway. Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, January 30th, Reuters. Tanzania and Burundi have signed an agreement with two Chinese firms to build a railway between the two Chinese firms between the two African countries. I think I messed this up, but I think you guys get the juice, right? So Tanzania and Burundi signed an agreement with two Chinese firms to build a nickel carrying railway between the two African countries, right? Okay, good. For transporting metal, including battery mineral nickel, to the port city of Dar es Salaam. Listen to this, guys. I tell you guys, when you sit there, we have the capabilities, right? But we don't organize. And we sit there and we have the Chinese, the Indians, the Koreans coming into Africa. Listen to this, right? The $2.15 billion joint venture will be constructed by China Railway Engineering Group Limited and China Railway Engineering Design and Consulting Group. Isn't this no? $2.15 billion to construct the railway. That's just to construct the railway, yeah? We're not talking about the minerals that they'll be taking from Africa to go to China. This used to be America's for the taking, yeah? So that I tell you guys, when you sit there and you want to run to the West is done. The West cannot compete with China. They can't compete with China. African countries now are looking to China because China gives them better deals. China has done this so amazingly that America didn't know what was coming. America got blindsided. But that's what I'm telling you, These two countries will be paying those two Chinese from $2.1 billion to build that railway. All of this money goes to China, not in the hands of us black people. And then on top of that, the minerals that they're taking will be generating billions and billions and billions of dollars over the years in China. But if we don't organize, if we do not use our talent, if we do not use our education to move to Africa, to offer our talent, to offer our education, to offer our skills, things like this will continue to happen. We have the talent, we have the know-how, we have the capability, guys. But we rather run to the West, find a job with a company, make them rich, make the West rich, and Africa suffers. That's what we do. So things like this will continue to happen. Tanzania Transport Minister Makami Mbarwa said during the signing ceremony on Wednesday, okay, it will be financed by the African Development Bank. It's good. At least they are not getting it from the IMF or the World Bank. Because you know when the IMF and the World Bank, and you know, and this is why those companies are those, the World Bank and the IMF. What they have done to African countries, my friend, what they had done to South America, and what they have done to African countries, man, a lot of the stuff that's happening in Africa today. Yes, you know, you can say that we had corrupt leaders or whatever. Yes, but the World Bank, the IMF, in collaboration with America, France, Britain, it's sickening. But at least this is being financed by the African Development Bank. The two nations expect the 282 kilometers, 175 miles standard gauge line, SGR, to transport 3 million metric tons. I tell you guys, 3 million metric tons of minerals annually. Tanzania Finance Minister said last year. 3 million metric tons of high. So I tell you, the 2.15 billion that will be paid to the Chinese companies to build the rail is nothing compared to what they'll be making from the minerals that will be getting from Africa. When you read stuff like this, man, how could we continue in this day and age in 2025 with all the technology, with all the stuff that we have, guys? How can we continue to sit by and watch these things happen? We do it because we don't have value in our own things. We don't appreciate what we have. We don't value what we have. If we valued what we have, if we know what we have, we valued it. If our leaders were straightforward, if our leaders were not so corrupt, this wouldn't happen. We wouldn't be shipping our raw materials to China to make batteries, and then we have to buy the batteries back. We wouldn't be shipping all the minerals we ship to China and America and Europe, whatever, and then we buying it back. Just reading this made me sad. But on the other hand, Africa is moving. Africa is not waiting for you to get on board, because if we don't get involved, Africa needs to move forward. And what Africa is going to do, they're going to look for it wherever they get it. They're getting it from China. Sorry, guys. I get this so I can read. They're getting it from China. Ha. 3 million. Where is it? The two nations expect the standard gauge line to transport 3 million metric tons of minerals annually. In the last decade, China has funded. Listen now. You think when China fund, it's in China's interest. China is not giving anything to Africa or any other countries, because of the goodwill. But at least, the Americans would go in and destabilize government. The Americans would go in with guns blazing, whatever, and take. Yeah? But at least the Chinese are building. But when the Chinese build, it's for their interest. This railway that is being built is for China's interest, because China needs efficient way to get the minerals off of Africa. So it's not only in Tanzania and Burundi. China is building all over Africa. Why? Because it's in China's interest. They're not doing it because good. No, they're not. They're expecting a return. In the last decade, China has funded infrastructure projects such as railway, power plants, and ports, and across Africa through its Belt and Road Initiative. Let me read that over now. In the last decade, China has funded infrastructure projects such as railways, railways, power plants, and ports. China is the biggest market. So when China needed its goods to come from China to Africa, they need to have proper infrastructure for the goods. China needs minerals from Africa. They need proper infrastructure. They need proper ports that where they can, come on guys. America cannot compete with China anymore. Africa look to China, South America is looking to China, everyone is looking to China. And this is why you have that buffoon in America carrying on about the Panama Canal, carrying on about the Arctic and about this, whatever, because they don't know what to do. They are running helter-skelter like a mad chicken that had his neck cut off. So I'm reading this and I'm saying to you guys, like I always say, if we sit down in the West and if we sit down here and try and be comfortable here, as we have done in the last 50, 40, 60 years that we've been coming here, if we stay here and we become so comfortable, where are we returning to? Where are we going to? It's time we organize. When I say organize, it is time we invest in businesses, construction, that's what you're saying, Africa has every opportunity in every sector. Africa has it. I keep stressing this in almost every video I do. I keep stressing this. Africa has it. But if we don't apply ourselves, if we do not go forward and say, here I am, this is who we are, this is what we can offer you, this is what we are building, and we do not put ourselves out there, we do not brand ourselves in Africa as Black people, we have a right to inherit, we have a right to reap the benefits of the riches of Africa. But we don't. The Chinese are reaping it now. The Chinese are reaping it now, guys. Africa is not waiting for you and me. It's not waiting and sitting down and say, well, let's wait and see which Black companies is going to step up. Let's wait and see if any Black companies are going to be bidding for. You have to get involved. You have to get over there. You have to start something. You have to build something. And in time, you'll be recognized. It's not going to happen overnight unless you have the means that you can put something together and in the way that it's supposed to be. But if you go there, guys, and you have your vision, you study the market, you see what's happening, and you set yourself up nicely, small but nicely, and you build from there, and you start bidding for government contracts in Tanzania, in Kenya, in Burundi, in Nigeria, in Zambia, all over Africa, because now you are branded. You are an African civil engineering company. You can build bridges, you can build railroads, you can build shopping malls, you can build roads, you can do it. We have it. We have civil engineers. We have builders. We have the know-how, guys. But I say it again, Africa is not sit down and wait for us. Africa is moving. Africa is developing. And they are not going to stifle their growth because they're waiting for us. No. It's time we get on board. It's time we look at the West and see what's happening in the West. Look at what's happening right now. All the chaos. This man has only been in power for a couple of weeks, and all the chaos, everything that's happening, man, it is stressful. It is stressful. It's dehumanizing. It's like being in an abusive relationship. Okay, stop texting me. I'm talking. It's like being in an abusive relationship. It feels like you are being beaten down by all the chaos that's happening. And this is the destruction of the West in the hands of this man who was elected president of the United States. Guys, we have to wake up. We have to wake up. And we have to start putting ourselves out there to be recognized in our own. You see, no, you don't see black companies going to China. You cannot do it. You cannot go to China and set up any business like this. You cannot go to India and do it. You cannot go to Korea and do it. But they're coming into our backyard and they're doing it here. This is the African Jumpy. Thank you for watching this video. If it's the first time on my page, please kindly give the video a like. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a comment. We are on the way to 3,000 subscribers. Thank you for sharing with me. Peace and love. Until next time. Bye for now.